Hi, Lynette. Hello, Captain Kirk. I hear that my mom is here. Good morning, Mom. We are live from Disney's Grand Floridian Resort. So excited to be here because they have all the Christmas decorations up. So we're going to take a look at those. And the focus for our stream today is going to be one word. We're going to talk about this book and do some planning and thinking and brainstorming about our own one word. So for those that are new to this idea, I'm going to divulge a little bit into that in a couple of minutes, but we're going to be talking about one word instead of a resolution for next year. So here we go. I'm so excited, and I totally forgot they have the gingerbread house all set up as well. Oh my goodness. So pumped. Oh, and they have like cute little reindeer over here too. Yay. Hey, Kelsey, good morning. Oh, she's so elegant. Look at this. Wow. What a sight. Hey, Eric, good morning. I'm like coming in hot. I feel like it's so quiet in here. There's no one in the lobby. Oh my God. Literally nobody here. Okay. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful resort. Literally nobody is in the lobby at this hour, so I feel weird, like yelling. Here's the gingerbread house. You can definitely smell the gingerbread. It is smelling quite tasty this morning. Look at the little trees. That's really cute. I like that 101 Dalmatian tree down there. That's adorable. Very cute this year. This is my first time seeing it. But in addition to all these beautiful Christmas decorations, we're going to be having a little book chat today. So I'm excited that you're all here. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking all about our one word for 2025. I know, it is amazing, Eric. I want to climb in here. We're going to just see what they do sell. They open at 9:30 and they close at 9:30 p.m. And here are all the options of things that they sell inside the gingerbread house. It's pretty cool. Whoa, you can buy your own gingerbread house for $95. Jesus. That is intense. Very cool though. Let's take a look on this side. I don't want to get in trouble, but like, okay, that's very subtle. It's like extremely loud. All right. But that's the gingerbread house, guys. Look at these beautiful decorations. So elegant. All right, but we're gonna go take a walk outside because why not try and catch the sunrise? It's a little chilly this morning. I don't know how I'm ever going to survive going to New York because I'm leaving for New York tonight and for Thanksgiving, and I'm already frozen. So, Mom, you'll have to chip away at me. I'll be a block of ice by the time I get to New York. But welcome, everyone. I'm so happy that you're all here. And I want to acknowledge you for taking time out of your morning, out of your day, out of your week to start off on the right foot, learn some new things, and take some time out for yourself. So thank you all for being here. If you haven't already hit that like button, please do. And if you're new, consider subscribing. I like to always do a Monday morning stream just to get everybody motivated for the week. We can get to see some beautiful sights around Disney property and Orlando, and starting with some positivity. Hey, Leslie, good morning. I also like to start out my streams by saying you're in a safe space. Please feel free to ask any questions, jump in the chat. There's no judgment here. I welcome any and all questions and comments. Yeah, so it's snowing upstate, but not on Long Island, thankfully. Look at this view. I mean, come on. You can see the Polynesian right across the way. This beautiful lake here. Yes, it's gorgeous. And I always try to have a seat on some lounge chairs. And those day beds look nice, but I have a feeling they're wet from the morning dew. So we'll see. Maybe we'll hang out here for a little bit, especially with these views. Ooh, there we go. So I also always like to say I am just sharing information from things that I read, from podcasts I listen to, and just from my overall experiences in life. I just finished 75 Hard, as a lot of you know, for the second time. So the last stream that we did was really focused on things that I learned through that journey. So if you want to check that out after this stream, definitely do that. Yeah, next time I should bring a towel for sure. Thanks, Lynette. Yeah, because there's so many great seating options, and I don't get to sit, but it's fine. This is a good spot because there's a ledge and I can kind of lean a little bit. But I do always like to say that, you know, any information that I'm sharing, it's coming from my own personal experience. It's coming from things that I'm learning. So I am in no way an expert. I am not a licensed mental health counselor by any degree, but I always like to share information. So please, anything that you like from the stream, take it with you, and anything that doesn't resonate, you can just leave it behind. But I love to share information and motivate you all throughout the week. Yes, Leslie, deep breaths, take it all in. So like I said, we're going to be talking about the book, One Word That Will Change Your Life by John Gordon, Dan Britton, and Jimmy Page. They are the authors of this very short but powerful book. I read it every single year, and I select my one word for each year. Actually, I did write down all the one words that I had over the past couple of years, because I have been doing this for many years. I don't recall the order. I do remember my first one word was balance, and my one word for this year was intention. But then the ones in between were create, thrive, inspire, strong, and yes. So I've been doing this for many years. I'm not even sure if those are all of my one words, but those are the ones that I remember because I've been doing this for quite some time. So we're going to be talking about, like, what does that mean? What is your, why do you need a word? How do you pick your one word? And, like, what purpose does it serve? So we're going to talk all about that during this stream. But I'm going to give you a few seconds to kind of just take in the sunrise and be still and just think about some things that you're grateful for. And so I'll give you about 30 seconds for that. All right, I guess that's my timer. Somebody's backing up. All right, so we're gonna walk just a little bit and I'm gonna talk about the book. Really the purpose behind this book is to select a word for the year that will kind of motivate and inspire you to stay on track, right? Oh, I love that, Lynette. Yes, the calming sounds of the backup beeper. So when you think about like New Year's resolutions, right? Everybody says, hey, in the new year, I'm going to do this, or in the new year, I'm going to start going to the gym. But the whole point of this one word is that you can start at any time. You don't need to wait for the new year to begin. You can start tomorrow if you want to. But I just start on the first day of the new year because I carry my one word throughout the entire year. And that's when I, officially started this. But if you're somebody that wants to start tomorrow, you can do that. Don't think that you're, trapped into starting on the first. So when you think about New Year's resolutions, right, we all have them and we say we're going to do these things and we start out the year strong. But they mention, there's a statistic in this book that 87% of us make New Year's resolutions, but we don't keep them. Only half of us stick to our resolutions for 30 days. Half of those people stick to your resolutions for 30 days. That's wild to me. And then we can go back to talking about like habits and how long habits take to build and things like that. But if we're only keeping those resolutions for approximately 30 days, like what is the point of that? Right? That's not doing us any good. And also, we kind of get down on ourselves for not keeping those resolutions. Something that I want to read from the book actually kind of stuck with me. It says, although these resolutions are meant to be good and well-intended solutions, unfortunately, they're built on a flawed foundation of more effort, willpower, and goal setting. We set to-do goals instead of to-be goals. So therefore, success is measured by what we accomplish instead of who we become. And that is like huge for me because even in the example I gave, like in the new year, I'm going to go to the gym more. Like that's giving you something to do, but it's not giving you like the type of person that you're going to become. So when we're focusing on one word, it helps us to frame, and yes, just like Leslie said, it's a shift in your mind, right? In your mindset of like the type of person that you need to become in order to embody that one word. So it kind of changes the game for you, and it removes that guilt of, oh, well, I said I was going to go to the gym 2 days a week, and I'm like, it's February, and I only went to the gym 3 times. Might as well give up, right? Like it just eliminates that frame of thinking because now you're focusing on a word and a way of being instead of like checking things off a to-do list. Let's see. Can I do this? Are these wet? Actually, oh no, it's wet. I thought it was just cold. It is wet. Let's sit on this ledge over here. So if you're someone that decides to buy the book or not, that's okay, because I am going to go through just a few concepts in the book. But even though I've read this book, at least once, I read it every single year just to give myself a little refresher of, helping me to figure out what my one word is and what the purpose is behind it. So when we're looking at our one word, there are kind of 6 dimensions that your life is kind of broken down into. And when you focus on your one word, it should have an impact on these 6 dimensions. So they are spiritual, physical, emotional, relational, mental, and financial. So those are the 6 different dimensions that will bring out this transformation. And there's 3 different processes that go into, yes, Leslie, I will read them again for you. Sorry, I did that a little quick. So we have spiritual, physical, emotional, relational, so like your relationships, mental, and financial. So when you're selecting your one word, what I like to do is put it on a piece of paper, and I like draw it in block letters and color it in and make it look pretty. And I just hang it on my wall, and every morning I look at it. It's just in my space so I can see it. I can't forget my one word. It's there every day. And then this year I actually put those 6 dimensions around the outside of the word so I can be reminded of like areas that I need to focus on with that one word. So in order to, figure out your one word and really like continue this process throughout the year, there's 3 different steps. So the first thing is to look in and like prepare your heart. And they just talk about, well, I'll get into that in a second. The second step is to discover your word, to look up. And that, for me, I'm not a very like religious person. So if you're someone like me, when you're reading the book and they do talk about God, I just replace that with the universe. But that really just depends on what you believe and what your faith is. So you can either keep it or replace it, but it still works. It doesn't mean that like because you're not very religious that you can't follow this book. You absolutely can. You're welcome, Leslie. And the third step is to look out and live up your word. All right, so we're looking in, looking up, looking out. And I'm going to kind of break down those 3 steps for ya. All right, this is a beautiful sight, but I want to continue to walk. Because we got some beautiful sights here around the Grand Flow. I love the beach area. Leslie's going to share a quote. I'm excited. Well, there's a little duck. Little ducks in the water. Hey, Shelly, welcome. Interesting, Leslie. Okay. So Leslie has a quote. She's saying, religious people call it prayer. Spiritualists call it manifestation. Atheists call it the placebo effect. Scientists call it quantum physics. But no one is denying its existence. Interesting. I like that. Very insightful, Leslie. Thank you. I love that these day beds, like you don't have to reserve them or anything. You can just kind of come over, first come, first serve. And it's so nice to just look out, regardless of the time of day. And just see this beautiful, beautiful scenery. All right, so when we talk about looking in and preparing our heart to figure out this one word, they do mention the Abraham Lincoln quote. And he says, if I had 8 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend 6 hours sharpening my axe. So they're saying nothing is more frustrating than chopping wood with a blunt blade, and nothing is more frustrating than going through life without focus. Taking the time to sharpen the axe makes the task successful. Most of us fail in the preparation, not in the task itself. So I love that. We need to prepare, right? So the first step is really just your preparation in, I like to say, receiving this one word, because I feel like it does kind of choose us. And I just kind of think about, I start thinking about my one word, usually in November, and kind of just allowing things to come to me, right? And it's usually in those quiet moments, maybe when you're taking a shower, you don't have any other distractions, or when I'm eating breakfast on the balcony and everything is quiet and Pete's usually asleep. When I can actually sit and think, right? That's when your words come to you. It's in those still moments. And they do talk about like how to prepare your heart for receiving this. But something else I was reading, skimming through the book the other day, and I wanted to share this one with you too, because I love this. And this is something that I have been, listening to in podcasts and reading in books too. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot it was in this book as well. But activity does not mean achievement. So we could say we're experts in multitasking, but that doesn't really exist, right? Research has shown that you can't multitask. It's not possible. You're going to compromise one of the areas that you're trying to achieve. So just thinking about the fact that, like, even though you're staying busy and, you might not have time for things or X, Y, and Z, you're busy. It doesn't mean that you're necessarily achieving something. You need to, narrow your focus. So that's what this one word will do, is help you to focus on something so that you're able to drive your actions towards that thing. We're literally watching the sunrise right now, and it's so beautiful. This is the best spot, I'm saying. Grand Floridian. Perfect spot for the sunrise. Every other resort, I feel like we've kind of been blocked by a building or trees or whatever. This is a perfect spot. So we're going to hang out here for a little bit. Yeah, it's a gorgeous sunrise. I agree. So the book does talk about 2 ways to prepare your heart to receive this one word. So step 1, unplug, and step 2 is to ask. I'm going to go into that in just a second. Ooh, Lynette, I know my word came to me because it isn't a word I would normally use. Love that. Thank you, Leslie. Yes, hit the like button to share this peaceful moment. Absolutely. Share it with the people that might be still asleep. People are starting to wake up with the sun as well. I hear some movements. And the ducks are here watching the sunrise too. That's adorable. hanging out. So some suggestions in how to unplug would be no TV, no music, no computer, no phone, no other people, no to-do lists, right? So just being calm and in the moment, having time to reflect. And then some things to ask yourself when you're unplugged is, what do I need? So this isn't necessarily about what you want, but rather what you truly need. What areas of your life need the most change and why? This question helps us uncover some obvious and hidden issues that need your attention. It also jumpstarts the list of possible words for the year. So I love that so much. You can jot these down if you want or watch this on the replay, but what do I need? Okay? What areas of your life need the most change and why? The second one, what's in my way? So you're looking for obstacles or things that are preventing personal growth, and that's a powerful process. Ooh. So what is preventing me from having what I need? What are those obstacles that you need to work through? The answers to this question can be revealing. Sometimes the barriers are simply in our minds. They're not actual physical barriers. And then the third question, what needs to go? Sometimes we're held hostage by past mistakes or pain. Bitterness and lack of forgiveness hold us back. Other times the words should have or could have prevent us from moving forward. This question helps you identify the things you need to let go in order to make progress. So in brainstorming and thinking about these questions, your one word will reveal itself either in the answers to these questions or, maybe come out symbolically from the answers to these questions. Isabella says, the bars of your prison are made of clouds. Good morning, Tomorrowland traveler. Thank you for joining us. You got us at the right time. The sun is just coming up over the horizon. It looks gorgeous. And then something else I'm going to read for you. It says, situations and circumstances in the past happen for a reason and for us to reason. They paint the picture of our life story. The answer to these questions help us understand where we are now and why we want to make improvements and changes. Good morning, Lady Kirk. No worries. That's your body telling you needed sleep. You are good. Thank you for being here. So again, just to recap those questions that you need to ask yourself is, what do I need? What's in my way? And what needs to go? Okay, and that's all in preparation of receiving your one word. And then in this chapter, they talk about discovering your word and looking up. So this is where there's a lot of talk about God. And again, you can replace that with the universe or whatever word you find comfortable with, whatever makes the most sense for you in your life. So it says, now we need to plug back in. So plugging in requires that you make time for prayer. Whether you pray while taking a morning walk, going to bed, showering, gardening, or driving to work, prayer is simply having a conversation with God. All right, so that's like you having a moment of reflection. And then allowing yourself to kind of listen after asking these questions and thinking, right? The book says, God uses all means to communicate with us, and you never know when, where, or how your word will be revealed to you. So that's why I say, for me, it's something that the universe presents to me, something that comes out of a revelation or an epiphany or aha moment, right? But that's different for everyone. And there's no judgment here. Yes, I love the ducks too, Leslie. They're very active this morning. I want to continue walking, but there's no way I'm leaving this sunset. It's so beautiful. The monorail's starting to move over the Magic Kingdom. I'm going to get a good shot over here. You can kind of see Tron and Space Mountain. But, I mean, this view, ridiculous. If you were in these rooms right behind me, this would be the best spot. Come right out on your balcony and watch the sunrise. So serene. And look at this is nice too. These people have a little pontoon boat experience with the sunrise. That's something I would love to do. I've been on, one of the private boats for fireworks showing at night, which was also pretty amazing, but a little sunrise boat ride sounds amazing. Love that. So let's look at the next step. So we're looking at step 3, which is look out, you're living your word. So when your word comes to you, it may come in the form of a character trait, a discipline, a person, a spiritual focus, an attribute, or a value. And they do give a list of some one words, so I'm going to share those with you. It doesn't mean you have to pick one from this list, but it could spark some inspiration for other words, or maybe your one word that you've already chosen is on this list. So we have love, joy, patience, kindness, rest, prayer, health, train, flexible, devotion, intimacy, discipline, smile, commitment, overcomer, bold, positive, green, inspire, finish, purity, integrity, and strong. So this process is allowing you to step out of your comfort zone, right? And usually when we have those obstacles and challenges and difficulties in our life, that's when we revert back to our past behaviors and what's comfortable to us. Because when we feel uncomfortable, we're searching for that comfort, right? We want to just continue to feel good, but that's not how we grow. So you want to make sure that you are thinking about your one word in those times of uncertainty and challenges and adversity. And that's going to help you kind of push past where you've been, the year prior. Ooh, my word cognizant isn't on that list. I like it. So they give some suggestions on how to keep your one word front and center. It says, first, post your word in prominent places so you can see it regularly. I have mine, like I said earlier, on the wall in my bedroom, and I actually draw out the word, color it in, right? Just doing that is very therapeutic in itself, and it just gives you that that memory of it. Like when I write things down, I remember it a lot more. It becomes, part of me. So for me, it's more than just like printing it off the computer. I like to actually write it down. Love it, Shelly. Shelly says, I think I might start this process Thanksgiving night this year. Usually I wait until January, but I would like to go into the new year with a focus already in mind. I love it. Shelly, I will encourage you to not put so much pressure on like, ooh, I'm going to do it the night of Thanksgiving. I need to get my one word in order to move forward. So don't put that pressure on yourself, because you don't want to be choosing a word that, might not be 100% right for you. So for me, that's why I start thinking about my one word in November and December, and then I'm ready for the new year. But that's just it's my opinion, but I just don't want you to feel like you have to lock in a word Thanksgiving night. All right, so also you can write it down and post it in prominent places, like I said, in your kitchen, in your car, in your planner, on your desk. You can create a screensaver with your word. I put actually a quote on the lock screen of my cell phone for my one word this year, which was intention. You can take a picture of your word, save it on your smartphone. Like there's so many things that you can do with your one word. I think we're gonna start walking now because the sun is fully in the sky. It's actually starting to warm up, which is pretty nice. You can keep a journal and write down the insights and lessons learned each week. You could start a one-word dinner discussion once a week where you talk about progress with your family. I love that. I think a really important part of your one word, and they talk about it in the book too, is creating that community of people that you want to share your one word with, so you can kind of like check in with them, and they can check in with you to see how you're doing with it, and holding you accountable to that. Yes, I love that, Shelly. Yes, Lynette, right by the coffee machine is a good spot. Hey, Izzo, welcome. Some more suggestions is to create a weekly focal point or challenge. Every Monday, choose one of the 6 dimensions of life. So the 6 dimensions that I talked about earlier, you can have that focus maybe on Monday. Hey, maybe on a Monday morning live stream, we can focus on a different area of life. Thank you, Leslie. Yes, hit that like button. I think we're reaching a dead end because they are doing construction over here, so I'm going to have to turn around. And I don't want to really go that way anyway. Okay. Another one is to look for sayings or quotes that relate to your one word. You can pick a song that reminds you of your word. Write a poem or a prayer. Create a document on your computer to collect all things one word. Or get a tattoo, but they say we suggest a removable one. That is totally your call. And yes, they call it your stretch team on here. So you're going to share your one word with your stretch team. That's your inner circle of friends and family who are most important to you, and the people that you trust. So those are your stretch team. There is so much knowledge packed into this tiny little book. I believe that it's not even 100 pages with the acknowledgments, right? So it's a quick and easy read. I know some of my friends got it on audiobook, but I'm like, why? It takes a half hour to read. But whatever you guys want to do, if you're interested in, purchasing the book, I'm not going to go through everything that's in here, but there's so many little nuggets of information that are so powerful in either helping you select your one word or, inspiring you to think about how to implement your one word. Yeah, I have given this out as gifts to people. I just love this book. So every year I give it a read. And it's something that is so easy to remember throughout the year because you're just focusing on one word. But if it has those layers of meaning for you, it could be so powerful in helping you push through those hard times. And then also appreciating the journey throughout the year, even when you have really good times, to sit and reflect, like, did my one word show up for me in this event, whatever it may be? I'm glad it's warming up a little bit. Feels good with the sun. That was a great sunrise view, guys. I'm so glad you were here to experience that. Love it. And Thanksgiving is this week, so I hope you all have some really nice plans with friends and family to make those connections and give thanks and be grateful for all the things in your life. So just thinking about that this week. I know there's a lot of craziness that comes with holidays sometimes, but it's important to find the time to yourself to really reflect and remember why, we are celebrating Thanksgiving and what it means to you personally. Ooh, Izzo, 39 in Ohio. Yikes. And the sun is not up yet. Oh boy. I love that, Lynette. Yes, me too. I don't lose my one words. They carry over into the next years. Absolutely. I'm trying to shake the sand out of my shoes. Ducks are very vocal today. All right, let's see if we could see some other Christmas decorations. I love these deer by the fountain. It's so pretty. Oh, they have some more over here. So beautiful. Let's go over here. It's so crazy. I don't know if you can see on camera, but there's steam coming off the pool because the air is so much colder than the water. Look at this. Come on now, this is a great picture spot. And this fountain. So pretty. Yeah, I don't know if you could see, but it just looks so funny. It's hard to tell, but there's steam coming off that pool. Let's go this way and see if we can get a good view of the Magic Kingdom. So if anyone wants to share some one words that they've been brainstorming, you can share it in the chat. That's up to you. But I would love to hear what we're thinking so far. I kind of teetering between two words right now that kind of just came to me throughout the year and throughout my reading. So I'm trying to decide between peace and worthy. But they're both really good words, and I don't know which way I'm leaning right now. So we'll see. I will definitely share that with you guys, either on a New Year stream or before then if it comes to me. Yes, Lynette, bring those long underwear in January. Because honestly, the mornings and the evenings are definitely colder, but as soon as that sun comes up, it does heat up a little bit. But like right now, I'm wearing my hat, my jacket, a sweatshirt, and oh, my favorite pants that say feisty. They're my feisty sweatpants. But yeah, like, and I feel comfortable right now, but I know this might be kind of cold for some people. Leslie says, my 2024 was worthy. Oh, okay. I created an AI image that I made my background, and it was a fantastic way to keep me centered. I love that. Ooh, Leslie, I love tenacious or mindful. Wow. Two very different words, but I love them both. Tenacious. That's even a fun one to say. Love. Thanks for those suggestions and sharing of one words. Wow, it is a gorgeous morning though. Not a cloud in the sky. So beautiful. I should have brought my sunglasses. I love that, Mom. My mom retired this year. She needs to choose between discover and learn. I love that. Good words. Izzo says, never done this, haven't read the book. My word should probably be balance, because I am always lacking in that and have to think of it more. I like it, Izzo. So I don't know if you could see, but that's the castle right over there. And then we have Space Mountain. You can kind of see. Yeah. I love that, Lynette. Lynette has learned a lot since she retired. Here comes the boat. Beautiful views. There's like nobody here. This is wild. Now is the time to come to Disney when nobody is here.
Stuck here.
But I want to check out some more of the Christmas decorations back inside. So we're gonna walk this way. I want to thank you all for being here this morning and sharing your ideas, sharing your one words, and just being open to new possibilities for next year. So I acknowledge you for that. And if you haven't already, and I know Leslie's been cheering me on with the like button all morning, but if you haven't already hit the like button, please do. Consider subscribing and maybe even become a Patreon. There's a couple of different levels that you can choose from. And depending on how you want to utilize the Patreon system, you can get some great perks as well. So that's patreon.com/learningwithlaw. Thank you, Lady Kirk. Walk this way, Aerosmith. Leslie says, balance is kind of resonating with me as well. Ooh, I'm a little all or nothing sometimes. Me too. I'm going to keep those words floating and see what remains and presents itself. I love that. Ooh, Leslie, yes. I want to do that. I don't know if I can before I'm monetized. Still working on being monetized, but thank you. I would love that. I just need to get my watch hours up. So that's why I encourage you, share the stream. Share the stream with your friends. We're almost there. We're working on it. And then I will definitely have you as a moderator. I would love that. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to go back inside and take a look at those gorgeous Christmas decorations again. Because I don't really get to come over here very often. So when I do, I want to just soak it all in. So I finished reading The Body Keeps Score, that book on trauma by Bessel van der Kolk. And it was really good read. Definitely a heavy read. Took me a little bit longer than I thought it would, but still a great book. I have moved on to a Brené Brown book because now I'm just going to read everything that she's ever written because she's brilliant. And I will share that information in the description a little bit later today, so you can check that out as well. But I'll be probably sharing some information from that book next week when we go live on Monday morning at 6:30. Haven't figured out where and which resort we will be at yet, but I know I haven't gone to Shades of Green yet, so maybe that will be my next stream. But we'll see. I might want to go back to some other resorts that now have Christmas decorations up. I might want to go back and revisit those and just kind of take a look at what they have, because my favorite is Wilderness Lodge, so might want to go there. Oh, I want to see if I can get some espresso somewhere too. That's another thing. I did not make it to Starbucks this morning, so I'd like to get some espresso. I'm not sure if there's anything open, but oh my gosh, that gingerbread just smells so good. So good. And again, here are the options for you. Captain Kirk, thank you so much for being here. Lynette, you bought the book, the Brené Brown book, or the one-word book? Thank you, Captain, for being here. Thank you, Shelley. Always appreciate you. Have a wonderful day and happy Thanksgiving, guys. Hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family. I'm gonna walk upstairs, see if there's anything open for me to get an espresso. Please. Lady Kirk says, have an amazing Thanksgiving. So thankful for you and Pete's community. Have an amazing Thanksgiving and be safe. Yes, go jump off and start working. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Lynette, I'm so excited for you. We're going to definitely chat about it. Now we get different views of the tree from up here. Wow. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, Ma. Here we have the Enchanted Rose. I like this because, am I able to get out here? They have great seating outside. Where you can also watch the sunrise. Another great spot. If the chairs aren't wet. All right, we lucked out. Okay, I wish I brought my sunglasses, but I didn't. Here we are. I'm actually getting very hot in the sun, so that's a good sign. But yes, if you haven't already purchased this book, it's not mandatory to choose your one word, but I think that it has some really great pieces of information in there, more than the things that I reviewed. So you can check that out and get it on Amazon. I think one of my friends just purchased it. Maybe it was the audiobook she got for like $7, but I think this was $10.99. It says it's $20 on the back of the book, but I bought it for much cheaper on Amazon. So you can check that out if you want. And like I said, it's something that I come back to every single year and reread. So it's not like you won't put it to good use. So that's the option for you. But yes, I love and appreciate all of you for being here and for taking this time out of your day to do something to better yourself and to learn, grow. So again, like I said earlier, if you take something away from this, great, hold on to it. Whatever doesn't resonate for you, you can just leave behind. And I just want to acknowledge you for starting out your week strong. And I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy the time with your family and friends. Yay, thank you, Lynette, for being here. Thank you, Leslie. And I will see you all next Monday. Who knows where we'll be? Maybe shades of green. We'll see. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Izzo. Yeah, and that's it. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see you real soon.